Hello, everyone. This is JD Calderon, and today I'm going to be talking to 8-Bit Shinobi, also known as Sean. So, how you doing, Sean?
I'm doing great.
That's fantastic. Now, Sean, so we're here to talk about your crowdfunding and what you're looking to do, and about your comics. So Sean, tell me about yourself. What are you looking to do?
Well, I'm a huge comic book fan. I like games and all that, and board games, video games, all that. And I like, so I wanted to put it all together because put everything in one place. And when I first started, I felt like I was hitting all these roadblocks, like prior to all this crowdfunding, where it could be like super easy. So I thought of if I had a location that I could promote other people's work too.
Cool. So, how are you looking to help out, help promote other people's work? What are you looking specifically to do?
Well, we're gonna have an arcade bar, and while people are waiting for food, they're gonna have like a library of comics. So whatever the creator wants on the comic, like if they want like either full issue or half an issue, or just like something on the menu, people could pull it out, take a look, and be like, "Oh, I think I like this," because kind of like a library or like the comic book shop that I grew up in, that you could pull the book off, feel it, and then look at it, and you're like, I think I like this issue. I'm gonna buy it.
Cool. So, are you looking to? Obviously, you're looking to establish a bar restaurant or just a bar.
Yes, it'll be a bar and a restaurant. I cook Asian food, and I make my own beer and wine.
Nice, nice. All
Yeah.
right. I'll be honest, I'm not into the alcohol, but I am very much into food. So it's always a good thing. Um, so what got you into like the cuisine that you're looking to feature?
Well, partially because of my wife. She told me she wants me to cook, and my 4-year-old's very picky, and she really likes Asian food, sushi. So that's kind of like what inspired me to learn new things, because it's really hard to get her to eat. So I cooked sushi, and she was freaking out yesterday.
All right, cool. So now going to comics, at what point in time did you figure, you say, hey, listen, this is something I really want to get into, this is something I really want to do? Like, how old were you? What was your genesis in that? Like, what brought you to the game?
What really did it for me was my uncle took me to my first comic book shop, and he told me that reading is like food for your brain. So I just kept on wanting to read comic books, and then when I was in grade 2 or whatever, I wrote my own stories, and then I just kept on writing. And when I wanted to take it seriously is when I went to college. I did a university course in Greek mythology and science fiction. And for my final project, I wrote a short story, which got me like my first A plus.
Cool. Now, what are the comics that most inspired you growing up, like to become a writer? And are you a writer artist or just a writer?
I'm just a writer.
Okay, cool.
My my friend Crystal Hart's the artist.
Hmm.
My friend who goes by the name In the After All, she's the panelist. So all the panels that I sent you, she made
Hmm.
that. So
Nice.
we're a team of 3. We're hoping to grow so that we could get things out quicker.
Hmm. Okay. Cool. Cool.
So I think my favorite one was X-Men. I really liked X-Men and Spider-Man.
Hmm.
Big fan of Batman.
All right. Now when we're talking about X-Men, are you talking about like the Chris Claremont, John Byrne X-Men? Are you talking about Jim Lee? like what era are you looking at? Are you looking at the Joey Madureira era?
My favorite eras would be like the earlier eras and the early '90s era.
Hmm.
Like I liked a variety of them. I even got like some of the old the ones where you get it in like a thick magazine like about this big and it has like all the older issues.
Right. Yes, I actually do know. Yeah.
Yeah, so I got to read some of the Stan Lee ones too.
Hmm. Oh, okay. Well, that's cool. Did you um did you ever look at the any? Did you get to look at some of the Neil Adams, or was it some of the real early stuff like with him and Jack Kirby?
I liked the early ones, but I like anything before 2000s. I find the stories were a lot better.
Hmm.
Maybe it's just because of the timing that I grew up.
Right. So yeah, sometimes a little difficult to transition over. I mean, did you have you ever looked at the I guess some of the current X Men? I mean, they've brought in a new writer, and of course every time I'm a huge fan of this guy, and I always blank on his stuff. He writes East of West at Image. Um, Jonathan Hickman. That's what we're talking about. So I mean, I don't know if are you even familiar with any of his work.
No, the last thing I read was the new Spider-Man before they brought him back and then they reissued it to #1 and I'm like, okay, I'm tired of it being like rebooted every time, so I just kind of gave up on that and focused more on the older issues
Hmm.
and
Okay,
just new stuff.
gotcha. All right, got that out of the way. All right. So I mean, all right. I mean, now your fusion of this comic book restaurant idea, because it sounds really cool. When are you looking
Yeah,
to actually make this happen? I mean, are you looking to make this happen in 2021, later on this year, 2022, that sort of thing?
I'm really hoping for a 2020 opening, but it all depends on how this event plays out because everything is closed and it's really hard for me to. But from what I'm hearing is once everything opens back up again, there's going to be a lot of stimulus going around. So
Mm,
it might be a big opportunity for us newcomers to take a stab at it.
gotcha. Now, where are you based out of? Like, where would the restaurant be?
Our first one would be in Ottawa. We're hoping to one day expand so
Mm,
that we have one everywhere. That would be ideal, but for now, we'd be located in Ottawa, the capital of Canada.
that would be cool. Uh, Give me a good
Yeah,
reason to go to Canada. I've yet to go to
yeah.
Canada.
Well, we have like in Ottawa, we have five conventions in 1 year.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I haven't been to a convention in a
Yeah,
while, and I definitely need to go to one, especially after all this. Just get out and see people in the community.
yeah. It's really nice.
So, when you were coming up with your idea for your comic book, what is it that drove you like in the direction? Was it just comics? Was it just do you I don't know if you're into fantasy like novels, that sort of thing, television, any type of movies? What's your inspiration? Because that's usually the sort of thing I'm really interested in. Like, where's the mind of creator coming from?
I'm a fan of comics, books, novels. Like I spent my childhood just reading on a bus.
Hmm.
Big movie fan because when we were kids, it was like an outing. Like it wasn't like an everyday thing. Like for the big movie that came out, we'd all go out, get our popcorn and everything. And then when I became older, it was date night. That's how me and my wife started dating. We went to see the Underworld Awakening with the Lycans, the
Right, right.
spin-off movie.
Hmm.
So movies has a big place for me. comics. I'm like a bit of everything, even with my music. I like everything. I like a variety of things.
Hmm. Cool. Now I know we're moving back all over the place as far as like the restaurant comics. I mean, like so going back to the restaurant.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
what are you looking as far like how are you financing that? Because I mean, I know restaurants are very expensive business to get into. My father actually owned a restaurant a long time ago, and I remember the things he went through. I mean, it became successful. He ended up eventually selling it, and but it was it was a successful business for him, but it was very I know it was very trying at times. So I
Mhm.
mean, what is it exactly you're looking to do?
Well, what I'm looking to do is make gaming like affordable for everyone. So what I want to do is because in Ottawa we don't have very many of these places out, whereas in some smaller cities we'll have like three or four, and they'll have a flat cover rate, so someone can pay $5 and play as much games as they want, rather than spending like 50 or $100.
Mm-hmm.
That was kind of what inspired me to do it.
Mm. All right, cool. So I mean, when you say gaming, are they gonna have like? Is it gonna be like an old style arcade type of situation?
Yeah, old style arcade board games. I'm a real fan of those the newer ones where it's almost like a role play
Hmm.
type.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Now, what type of video games are you into?
I like retro games like 80s, 90s. I've been getting into some of the newer games lately, but I've been doing this since the pandemic. I've been doing a lot of retro games. I just got my hands on the Dragon's Lair game.
Hmm. Oh, cool. So you a big Ralph Bakshi fan, or you just a fan of? I mean, I don't know if Ralph Bakshi's the animator who did Dragon Slayer. I don't know if you're interested in his work. Have you?
Yes, I think I grew up with a lot of his movies.
Hmm.
Like I believe he did Land Before Time and American Tail and a
Hmm.
bunch of others.
Yeah, he's done Secret of Nim. He's done quite a bit of work. Secret of Nim being my favorite
Yeah.
of like of all his work. It was like a
Oh, I love that movie. Like I haven't seen it, and then I'm like, people are like, you got to see it. I'm like, okay, I'll see it, and then I was just blown away about how good it was.
oh yeah, it's a beautiful movie. Fantastic, nice old school 2D animation.
Yeah,
Not enough of that being done these days.
yeah. I feel like with the computer, you lose a bit of what I feel like the soul of the cartoon.
Hmm.
But
Yeah, I definitely get that today. Um, so I mean, so you're doing a comic, right? And you're also doing
yes.
the restaurant. Now, talk about the comic. Let me know, like, what's the title? What's it about? Who your main characters, that sort of thing.
Okay, it's called Paranormal Academy. It's a
Mm-hmm.
fantasy story. And when I started it, I thought of like all the mythology and stuff and why we don't see all those mystical creatures now. I came up with a story that back in the medieval times that they saw the way our world was going, so they decided to leave to their own dimension.
Mm-hmm.
So then what was happening was because all the evil that was left in our world was infecting their world because it's like two coins.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's one
So
the other side of the coin.
the other side of the coin, yeah.
Right.
That's what I meant. So anyways, they realized this, so they developed Academy to train the next generation to fight. So they
Mm-hmm.
go into our world and fight the evil or whatever happens in their world that they would deal with it. It'd be like different branches. And two of my main characters that I'm focusing on, but I'm going to be like, each story will focus on like a a different character. But my main characters are Blue. He's Elven Prince, and he's kind of gone through a whole bunch of like trauma stuff. So he doesn't want to be a warrior anymore. He just wants to live the good life, drink, and just forget about everything. But
Mm-hmm.
he's a prince. His dad's
Mm-hmm.
like, no, you gotta be you gotta look after the kingdom. So he's like, I'm gonna send you to school to straighten up and fly right.
Right.
So his girlfriend accompanies him, and they have a history together. She's a fox spirit. Her
Mm-hmm.
name is Kitsune, and he saved her life when she was younger. So they grew up together, and now they're going to the academy together.
Mm. Okay. Cool. 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 Now, as far as like length, are you looking at a limited series? You looking at unlimited series, one shot? You're looking to release it as individual comics, trade paperback, graphic novel?
I was at first I was gonna do it as like a one-off, but I think
Mm.
I'm gonna continue it because I feel like the characters as I kept on writing them, I'm like I want to keep writing more about these character stories, and I'm thinking of it being like a series.
Right. Okay, that's cool. Um, do you have like an over like obviously you have your first story that you have your beginning and middle and end for. Do you have like an overarching maybe like plot that you're thinking about?
Yes, I am. I'm thinking of like three main big events that are gonna be like stretched out in sagas. So
Mm-hmm.
like part one, part two, part three.
All right, that's cool.
And
Um,
the first part is going to focus mainly on the character's development and meeting new friends and becoming part of a team.
mm. Now, I mean, it's really early on, so
Yeah.
I don't know how far along you are in the process. I know you're obviously working on the story. Have you guys started on pages yet?
We got a couple characters done, and we've got couple pages done, but
Mm-hmm.
we still got a lot of work to do for the art part. A lot of my both of my artists are work full time and they're both parents, so it does take a while. So while they're doing that, I'm gonna continue to write.
Gotcha. Okay, yeah. I mean, listen, it's no one's gonna tell you it's not easy. It's gonna take time. It's gonna take a lot of hard work, a lot of sweat equity. You're gonna have to really go in there and work at it. But it's worth it. You know, especially if what you're looking to achieve. It depends what you're looking to achieve. While you're doing it. Um.
Right.
So I mean, like, what are your long term goals as far as well, I know you said with the restaurant you're looking to open up an extra one. Are you looking to maybe attach like a comic shop, something like that?
Yes, I'm thinking of a comic shop, and I'm thinking of eventually having my own printing department, and so I could print my own supplies and
Mm-hmm.
eventually go into animation and gaming.
Mm-hmm. Cool. I mean, as far as gaming, because it's funny, like gaming is not something I'm really into because I'm a little too. I stopped playing a few years ago.
Yeah.
I get a little too attached to the game. I just lose sense of everything, and I just start playing the game. I just don't do anything else. So that's why I stopped playing altogether. So it's just like, all right, it's better that I just step away. But what like what drives you with the games? Like what is it you're getting out of those games that you're not getting someplace else?
Oh, I feel like it reminds me of my childhood. It brings back memories on the time that we spent summers together playing games with your best friends.
Mm,
And I feel like it also brings us together. Like I'm talking to other younger family members or other friends, and they all say, "Oh, I play this game," and I said, "Oh, I played it since I was 15, so I kind of know some of that." And they're like, "Oh my gosh, you know these things?" I'm like, "Yeah."
Mm. Oh, that's cool. So, what part of I have put in links. I mean, you sent me a Patreon link and an Indiegogo
Yeah.
link, and I have those in the description so people can go check them out. So,
Yeah.
like, um, what are you looking to achieve first? You know, the comic, the restaurant. You know, which one of these are looking to put out first?
Right now we're looking at the restaurant first because we still have a little bit to go on getting the comic book done.
Hmm.
But I will still promote it as I know that we gotta get our name out there and we gotta get people thinking about our characters.
Gotcha. All right, cool. Now, you said Ottawa.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, like I'm definitely gonna. I'm looking forward to this. I definitely want to take a trip up there to go check that out. As far as design, like, how do you envision the look of the place being?
I'm thinking of making it very flashy, kind of like almost Asian mix,
Mm,
and have some of the old arcade kind of look with the walls and everything, and the carpets,
right.
or even doing the tiles that look like those carpets, like the
Hmm.
crazy look
Right.
and bright colors.
Hmm. That's cool. Um, have you sat down and like started like sketching out design work, like as far as like what you want the place to look like?
I haven't done that yet. I would like to see what we have first,
Hmm.
and then it would kind of give me a sense of what I want to do with it.
Hmm. Okay. Oh, and as far as like space, are you looking to have? Is it gonna? Are you looking to get like a really large space? Are you looking to get? Because I don't know how Ottawa is as far as retail spaces. I'm in New York City, and opening up anything is ridiculously expensive. So I don't know, but there's certain places you can go to in the country where you can get a warehouse for like what you can pay like 2 square feet for, man. So it just
Yeah.
depends where you're at. I don't know. I don't know how it is, where you're at. I mean, as far as like, are you looking to have a really big space? Are you looking at like, maybe like, I don't know, maybe like 800 square feet, 900 square feet, or are you looking to have like 4 or 5,000 square feet? You know.
I'm hoping to have a big space because the games do take up a lot of space,
Mm-hmm.
and we are going to be making our own beer on site, so that's going to take up a lot of space. So
Right. Oh, that's cool.
yeah, and we
Oh,
do have a realtor that's helping us out, and she gave me the numbers, and I'm crunching in what I'm hoping to make, and I'm like, this could be doable.
mm, okay. Well, that's cool. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's definitely one of those things. Definitely crunching numbers is gonna take a lot of doing with that. Now, as far as financing is going, are you looking to? Are you I don't know? Are you footing the bill? I know you're looking to raise funds, but I mean, where's the bulk of this coming from? Are you looking to? Are you borrowing the money? Are you footing the bill on your own, or are you looking at crowdsource?
I'm looking to do everything. I'm looking to crowdfund. I'm looking at grants. I'm looking at business loans.
Mm-hmm. Gotcha. Okay. I mean, yeah. I mean, it's going to be one of those things. It's going to take a lot of work, but I think you can pull it off. It'll be awesome.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, my when I was younger, my dad used to he owned his own garage, so
Mm-hmm.
he was his own boss, and he brought in a decent amount of stacks every time he'd come in. So, but I know he was always away.
Right. Yeah. I mean, my father
But
also.
fortunately, I have my brother with me, so we
That's
can
cool.
split between responsibilities.
Mm-hmm.
And he's my tech guy. Like he could put together computer parts, and he could retool the software.
No. Okay, well that's good. Yeah, definitely important to have that type of skill set, with
Yeah.
that type of business. Now, all right, so we've been going at this for a little bit. Now, is there anything you want to talk about specifically about, like, you want to let the fans know, like, where they can reach you, where they can reach out to you, how they can, if they want to contact you, if you want to contact them, so on and so forth?
Right now my Twitter is 8Shinobi. They can reach me there. My DMs are open.
Mm,
Um, my main email account is grownuptrunks at gmail.com.
cool.
And that's the best way to contact me. And we have our Patreon and our Indiegogo.
Yeah, I put those in the show notes so people
Okay.
can easily reach those, both your Patreon and your Indiegogo. So people can go check both of those out. So it's really, really cool what you're looking to do here. Um, so yeah, so Sean, I think we're done. I mean, unless
Okay,
there's
great.
anything else you want to talk about.
Um, Now that I think about it, I'm working on cocktails for my characters. I think I sent you the picture.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I saw that, the one on fire. That was actually pretty
Yeah,
cool.
it's I'm a huge fan of mythology, of Japanese mythology, and
Mhm.
one of them was the fox spirit. She would trick men into falling in love with them and then
Right.
disappear with the blue foxfire. So I
Mm,
kind of turned that into the cocktail, the blue with the flame.
right.
So I kind of incorporated that into my character
Oh,
as like a little promo.
mm-hmm. Nah, that's really awesome though. That's really awesome. Um, so yeah, Sean, man, it was a pleasure talking to you. I mean,
No problem.
stay in touch. We'll stay in touch. Let me know when this
For
place
sure.
opens because I definitely want to go to it. It's going to be awesome. All right.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, man. So it's a pleasure. Just hold on. I'm just gonna end the stream, guys. Thank you for joining us, and I'll be talking to you soon. This is JD Calderon, Indie Comics Explained. I'll be talking to you later. Have a good one, guys. Bye.
Take care.